Hi, I'm disability lawyer David Brannon. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about complaints about Sunlife long-term disability benefits. Now, after watching this video, you'll understand the complaints process and how that differs from other processes that you may use with Sunlife. And you'll also know how to go about putting in a complaint if you need to do so. Now, if you like this video, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification so you get notice of our videos once or twice a week. So you're considering making a complaint against Sunlife long-term disability. It's important to know that there are differences between the complaints process and the appeals process. And sometimes people get these two things mixed up. The appeals process is what you do if you disagree with a decision on a benefit that you're receiving from from Sunlife for your long-term disability or even a short-term disability claim. There is a specific process to do the appeals, and that is very different from a complaints process. Now, Sunlife, like other large insurance companies, does have a complaints process that you can follow. The complaints process is more for when you have complaints about the service you've received or some unprofessionalism, something of that nature. So if that is the nature of your issue with them, then by all means use the complaints process. What Sunlife wants you to do, and you can read this on their website as well, but their process is they want you to first bring it up with the person that you're dealing with. Now, often the source of the complaint deals with that person. So if you're not able to resolve it with them, then you would take it above them to their team leader or to their manager, and all you have to do is ask, and they will refer you on to that person. If you don't resolve it at the team leader or manager level, Sunlife does have an internal ombudsman's office. An ombudsman is meant to be, it's this concept of someone who is appointed to be kind of a representative of the people. The role of the ombudsman at Sunlife is to deal with legitimate complaints from customers and consumers, and to bring those complaints to the appropriate people within Sunlife, to do somewhat of an investigation to better understand the nature of the complaint, and to try to resolve the issues. So if you're unhappy with the results from dealing with the Sunlife's own ombudsman, there is an industry-wide ombudsman. You can deal with their ombudsman's office. They're external to Sunlife and they deal with the industry as a whole, and sometimes it's appropriate to bring issues there. So look, it's legitimate to wonder, is it a complete waste of time to do these complaints? There are a lot of cynics out there who are gonna say they're just gonna ignore you. What is the purpose? I can only go on my experience. From my experience in my own clients and dealing with people who have called in for advice, I can tell you that this complaints process with Sunlife and other insurers can work. They're not in the business of trying to like squash everybody and just be nasty. Sometimes they're not even aware of what's going on the ground. So if you have a legitimate service concern that you've been treated improperly, they usually want to know about it. And if this information, once you access this complaints process, it is taken to the right people at the right levels, and I have seen actions taken to correct things, including apology letters to people, removing people from working on your case, or anything in between. Now, the problem is going to be when you view it as legitimate and their investigation reveals that it's not really legitimate. Maybe you're more the problem, right? And that's when you can get attention here, and there just may not be a way to resolve it. Remember that these complaints are different than the appeals process you're involved in. So if sometimes people are mixing these things up. So if you have any questions, reach out to a lawyer, to us or some other firm, and get an opinion on really what's the best way to resolve this situation, and that way you'll have a better idea how to go forward with it. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. You'll get our videos coming out once or twice a week. And again, down below you can click on some links to download more information, to learn more, and to get access to some of our free books and other guides.